What is up, internet? It's me again, and I come today with a old one, a really old one. I've been seeing this one a lot on social media and everything else, and I decided to jump on a bandwagon and see what the hell is this about. And I got you actually the Oumier Wasp Nano RDTA, not the RDA, the RDTA. I haven't had a review of rebuildable devices in quite some time, so I decided to jump on the bandwagon and see if the old one still maintains its performance. So let's assemble everything else, and I'll give you the breakdown, so stay tuned. And bam, there it is, the Wasp Nano RDTA. And the box is pretty straightforward. You open the box, you got your RDTA here, and you got an extra tank. And if you take the bottom out, you got your bag with goodies, which are extra cotton, which is always a plus, and you got your little 3-tool multi-tool. You got a coil and an extra set of rings and an extra set of screws. It's pretty straightforward, but I always like that they include the cotton and the coils on it. It's more of a just get it, wick it, and that's ready to go. The device itself, this is the clear metal version, so it comes with this like white cleared mouthpiece, and basically this is just a Wasp Nano RDA, but it has this little bottom tank here. So if we open this up and if we just unscrew the whole thing, and the entire tank comes out. So the tank actually screws onto the 510 post, which is always nice. It's always a big plus. And then you just want to screw it back, make sure that you get everything aligned, make sure the tank is and there you go. It's pretty straightforward. Now at the top it's just basically a Wasp Nano, but it has a big difference, which is this post here. And this post is to actually control the opening of these of the wells. So as you can, because it comes on a single coil configuration, and sometimes if you want to do like a micro coil, the openings might be too big, and if you kind of tilt it, it will just leak everywhere. So this, if you just grab this little post and if you just push it to the side, you'll see that it closes the well. So you can actually configure it to have an opening the way you like it. Amazing, absolutely awesome. The posts are one on each side because this is a single coil configuration, but it does come with an interesting detail that a lot of devices don't have. Now bear in mind that this is a really cheap device. And what they come with is, I'm not sure if you can see it, this extra lip here that stops your coil from just, when you're tightening it, to just slip onto the side. Not a lot of more expensive devices have this. When it comes down to the post and the airflows, as you can see, the airflow is straight. It comes straight to the side. As it's quite hard to demonstrate, but let me try with this. As you can see, it just comes. You can see the little head of the tweezer. As you can see, there you go. So the airflow aligns itself completely with the coil. Now let's just put the coil in, wick it, and see how this behaves. The top posts are actually flat heads, which I generally don't like because they do tend to strip easily, but it's not going to be the end of the world. So to get this coil in, what you basically do is you just, first of all you have to open these. I'm actually going to use the tools provided. You literally just unscrew it so you can actually fit the coil in. These tools are nice, but they're always super cumbersome to use. You grab your coil, and this, I believe it's 3-core Clapton. So you put the coil in here, and then you just do it the same on the other side. See, there you go. So you just slide it in, tighten the top, and then you just either press all the way down or all the way up to align the coil with the airflows, with the airflow holes. Once that is done, you can do some minor adjustments. Like for example, if you want to push it more towards this way, you can. And okay, then you just need to cut these. Okay, and put it in your ohms reader. This ohms reader is actually dead, so I think it's time for me to get a new coil master. But what you can do is you can always grab a device that you know it's reliable, and this one is not detecting any coil, and once you get it in, it's 0.32 ohms, and now we're going to give it a couple of test fires. Get all the hot spots cleaned, and it's good to go now. Okay, so now it's the part where we're gonna wick it, but they give us this blob of cotton, which is interesting. It's because it's kind of falling apart. So let's just put this in and see where it goes. It's gonna be super perfect, but you have to be a bit more generous when it comes down to the cotton, because you need to make sure that the cotton goes at least more than half of what's in the tank, because you want to be able to absorb all the liquid. So I think this, just cut this bit here, but that's, you know, personal choice and according to your preference. I'm just gonna fluff this out just a little bit, just to help with the capillary process, and then you just grab it and just shove it into the well. And same thing on this side. And then just shove it all the way in. And you can see it quite clearly because it's frosted, but the cotton is laying here and here, so we'll be able to absorb a good amount of liquid. Now if you want to, now you can actually use the so-called post to start closing off the gaps of the wells. I'm going to leave it open for now, just want to see how it goes. And now we just need to put liquid on it and see how it goes. And for liquid, what am I going to use? I'm going to use maybe, here you go. I'm going to use a Bad Mojo one. This is supposed to be pina colada, so let's just fill it in. Make sure you don't drool all over the sides like I did. Or you can actually just put the cotton, little tip, put the cotton on the side and just fill in the tank properly. And there you go. Good to vape. So let's see how this behaves. Okay, moment of truth. Let's see how this vapes on. Nice. I'm doing, by the way, 40 watts on my Argus GT, and yeah, I'm happy with it. It gives you proper clouds, can't complain. Not much that the airflow, it's a little bit too much. You kind of think that the airflow is going to be restricted because it looks small, but it's actually not. Not bad. It's like for a single coil configuration, it does produce some beefy clouds. Yeah, I like it. And as you can see, I gave it a couple of really long puffs, and I can see the cotton getting a little bit dryish, but it doesn't give me a dry hit. So all in all, really good. I genuinely like it. It's tiny. It's like if you get like a smaller mod, you can actually give like a proper stealth configuration onto it. And I should have bought like the gold version, but I never had a clear atomizer. So yeah, the pros and cons. Okay, so pros. I like the fact that, you know, it's an RDTA, so you get the liquid, so you never have to be constantly dripping. It's a big plus. The airflow is a big plus because it allows you to. It's not restrictive, basically. It's you think it's very restrictive because it's small, but it's not. The airflow is just top notch. It pulls the flavors really well, and it's super easy to assemble. This thing is just easy. It's just like slap a coil in and that's it. So I would definitely recommend this as a starter if you want to get into the world of, like, you know, building your coils and everything else. Just instead of having dual coil configuration, just go slap on the single coil one. It is tiny, hence the name Nano. So don't expect to run, you know, customized coils like braided or like multi-piece coils, because it's just not going to work. But all in all, pretty good device. So that's all I have for you today. You know the drill. Like, subscribe, follow me on social media, etc, etc. And I shall see you all next week. Take care.